on me. Calm now with no mash on me. Stay away from these ashy youths when they come around and get ash on me. That's 5,000 capacity. 5,000 capacity. Then spread that over the UK and then add it up and get back to the EU. Confused, not bad for me. Madman, they all mad for me. Who the fuck when they gassed you up that you're good enough to be clashing me? Oh, please stop harassing me. Charge me up and put gas in me. Them little fish wanna try and ting. Oh man, the audacity. I got them and I'm sitting in the eyes. It's the day of our lives. We full of cheeks and telling me lies. Sometimes I'm the man and he dies. So I did my time. Mainstream boys start setting up lies. We can never ever live in price. Take that fee and then double it twice. Yeah. The problem's back to what flows. Watch your back, come on smoke. Those the packs and you both. Those are maximum blows. Ain't no time to blind man. No my team from against Thailand. You might got that one off my man, so you might got that one off finance. Like what's this register by your own? Use my face to stick by your own. Let me send it in my throne. Cliche rap your ends down your own. Cliche run your guns and die pro. I don't find ones on my own.
And ladies and gentlemen, he's opponent, Mitch, Leek. Ladies and gentlemen, your following bout is bout number 6 on the card. This fight is brought to you by the team Alice Gym. 4 by 3-minute rounds in the super middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, trainer Jay Osman, Eddie McKeer, and Prince Ali at Altona Kickboxing. An official at 77.85 kilograms, wearing the black Everlast trunks with white piping. Tonight, he makes his pro boxing debut and fighting out of Werribee, ladies and gentlemen, Chris Canelo French. And across the ring is his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, trained by Type 2 Inua, Nigel Stark at the Team Alice Gym. Official weight of 74.40 kilograms, wearing the white trunks with gold. He is undefeated, 2 fights, 2 wins, and fighting out of Nanagoon, ladies and gentlemen, Mitch Leek. And when the action begins, your man in charge, Mr. Malcolm Bulmer.
Well, this could be interesting. Chris French looks like he's come to fight, and nothing has faced him so far by the spectacular interest from Mitch Leek. This could be a good one.
Plenty of noise here right now. Stevie, that's really hotted up here at the Melbourne Pavilion. Mitch Leek, a Team Alice fan favourite. Plenty of noise for him tonight. We've got Mitch Leek against Chris French from Altona Kickboxing, trained by Prince Ali. Mitch Leek obviously 2-0, and Chris French, a kickboxer, making his professional boxing debut. So this is going to be an interesting one, Stevie.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I'm just looking. Chris French just looks like he's that old, rugged, tough, big, heavy-handed boxer. He looks very broad, big in the shoulders. So.
And let's face it, boys, anyone that comes out of Prince Ali's gym is going to be no slouch. Mitch Leek, very polished young man.
Yeah, he's done some excellent rounds in preparation for this fight, guys. Done about a dozen rounds with Michael Zarafa as he was preparing for his fight with Anthony Mundine, which would have been a great experience for any young pro trying to get some quality rounds with one of Australia's best. So that would have put him in great stead for this fight, no doubt.
Yeah, Matty, I can actually say that I've actually sparred Mitch myself, mate, back in the day, a couple of years ago when he was a budding amateur.
I've heard so much about his strength, Dave, and I've heard he's got a bit of whack as well. He probably hasn't shown it as much in his first couple of outings, having gone the distance in both. But what did you make of Mitch having done rounds with him?
Yeah, look, mate, well, back then he was a little bit more heavier set. He sort of slimmed down a little bit, found his weight class that suits his body a little bit more. But yes, definitely very clean, very uniform, and he does pack a punch.
Well, speaking of weight, both boys have come in at a catch weight of 74 kilos for tonight, but already you can see the speed and the style and the polish is come from Mitch Leek, but you just got a feeling that Chris French has got a left hook in him that could knock him into next week if he's not careful.
Yeah, I'm with you, Stevie. We can see, obviously, French, he seems to be happy to gamble on the inside. He's looking to let Leek get that first shot off and then really explode on the inside and try and catch him after making him miss. But this is a really entertaining first round here, guys. Nice little chess match we've got happening here.
Yeah, definitely. Both boys seem very evenly matched. Well matched by the Team Ellis crew.
Beautiful right hand land there from Leek. French still coming forward. Looks like he's unfazed by Leek's power as he tries to creep in and get in on the inside. That looping overhand right missing.
Yes. Tell you what, though, nice one
right
too.
hand there. He called it, Dave.
And he needs he needs to take the shots.
As things really hotting up here towards the back end of round one. Leek and French just tying up on the inside after a few nice combinations thrown on the inside.
But he's got to land on the inside, Chris French. There's no point taking 2 or 3 shots on the outside to close the gap if you can't do your own damage once you get in on the inside. So it seems to me just taking a bit of punishment for nothing here at the moment.
Yeah,
French.
Start to move his head, which I think is definitely a good idea, Steve. You don't want too many of those right hands from Leek landing on the outside.
You certainly have to give that first round to Mitch Leek there. Cleaner, more uniform, very, very well polished.
I think that's fair, Dave, for sure. But as Stevie called a little bit earlier in that first round, obviously Chris French really looking to land that left hook on the inside. Wants Leek to throw on the outside, miss ideally, and then throw some power shots and catch him with a shot he doesn't see, which Mitch Leek definitely has to be careful of.
I think straight away, like if I was in that blue corner, I'd be telling him, look, you got to time that 1-2 from Leek. If he can catch that 1-2 from Mitch Leek and return fire on the inside, it's probably his best hope for getting some clean shots off at the moment. At the moment, he's sitting that half an inch too far back at the moment, French, and it's just playing into Leek's hands because he's actually fighting the fight at Mitch Leek's range.
Absolutely. You've got to have the sense, though, that Chris French, I mean, when he does let them go, and they are whizzing over top of Mitch Leek's head, if any of those big shots land, I mean, Mitch Leek might be in some trouble, but I mean, his defense can't be faulted so far. He's very good at keeping his hands up, constantly moving his feet. He's come into the fight in beautiful shape.
And French has really started this second round well, moving his head, making Leek miss as big left hook land there from French on the inside as Leek comes back with a right hand of his own.
We might have missed it before. There was an overhand right that came from French. That it didn't look like much, and we didn't really call it, but he took it. He sort of stumbled after that. And then the big left hand after that may have hurt Mitch.
I think so. I think he's all right, guys, but definitely needs to be careful and wary of French unloading a bomb on the inside, because that seems to be the spot where French probably has his best chance. On the outside, I think it's an easy fight for Leek, but this fight's now fought in close quarters this second round.
Yeah, he just took his eye off the ball for 5 seconds, Mitch Leek, and it was nearly detrimental to him. It was a big shot from French, but he seems to be back on the game plan again, and just needs to find his feet a bit more, I think, Mitch, and find his range.
That's right. Do you know what? Mitch Leek's power started coming through. Those punches started to have a bit more of a thump to them from here on ringside. And again, that 1-2 is landing consistently now. French is going to have to do something about that. Both landing and exchanging left hooks. I love that ring craft from Mitch Leek. Just grabbing his man, spinning him, putting him up against the ropes.
Using that physical presence, Dave.
That's right. I mean, that's ring control. And that, you usually don't see that in a fighter that's only had 2 fights to his name. Have that ring control and that ring presence. It adds up and the judges see it. And it all goes to that end of that score at the end of the night.
As Leek misses the left hook. I'd love to see the jab a little bit more, Stevie, because when Leek does throw it, the jab or the 1-2, he seems to be controlling range and having the fight in his terms.
Even doubling it up, Matty.
The biggest our gap between the two lads at the moment for me is that at least Mitch Leek has decided what he wants to do. He's got a game plan. He knows what he's going to throw. He knows when he's going to throw it. But for me, with French, and watch him. He's moving his head, getting in. But once he's there, he's not quite sure what he's going to throw until the last second. He needs to go in there with a solid game plan in his head. And for me, it comes back to what I said at the end of the first round. Catch that 1-2, time that 1-2 from Mitch Leek. Then that'll set you up for your counters. All right, but at the moment, he's sitting back and he's just wearing those shots. And I think a lot of it's come because he's indecisive of what he actually wants to do.
Spot on, Stevie, spot on. I think the hesitation is definitely costing him at the minute, but still putting up a good fight. I think Leek's probably ahead on the scorecards. He did land a beautiful left hook earlier in that round, which was telling, but not sure whether it was enough to win the round. As the corner of Mitch Leek, Nigel Snart and Ty Tuanua giving instructions for the upcoming round. A very interesting contest we've got here at the Melbourne Pavilion. It's Mitch Leek against Chris French. Mitch Leek 2-0. Chris French making his professional debut.
Round 3. Time.
Yes, you have to say Mitch Leek is certainly the more polished fighter. With those 2 extra fights are a big difference. The debutant.
Beautiful chopping right hand land there from French as Mitch comes back with his own.
What an exciting fight here in the Melbourne Pavilion. Boys are leaving it all in the ring.
And this is exactly what I wanted to see from Mitch Leek.
Look at them go!
Big left hook land from French as both fighters go toe-to-toe here in the blue corner. Whoa, things lit up quickly there, gentlemen.
Now that is 2 warriors that we've been wanting to see all night.
I think this is what French has to do, Stevie. He has to take a bit of a gamble because I think if it keeps going the way it is, Leek's going to win pretty easily on the scorecards. But a very exciting exchange we saw there for all in attendance here at the Melbourne Pavilion.
100%, but I'm not quite sure that either Chris French or none of us were expecting Mitch or Mitch Leek just to stand in the pocket and trade with him for as long as he did. So that definitely answers one question about Mitch Leek tonight. He's definitely got what it takes to stand in there and in a firefight.
Absolutely, what a heart in him. He ain't just looks. He's got some flashy trunks on there, but he's also got the chin and he's got the nuts hanging below him as well.
But very impressive from both lads. Chris French, as you said, pro debut. And he's got to draw Mitch into a firefight. Matty, as you said, it's probably his best chance at the moment. He's definitely not going to outbox the young lad from Team Ellis.
You know what, though? You can't write Chris French off. He has been toe-to-toe with Mitch, taken everything he's got, and still walked forward every single time.
Yeah, very tough customer, Chris French. He's done an amazing job here in his professional debut. I've seen many fighters succumb to the power of Mitch Leek in the gym. Obviously, this isn't the same as sparring, but he's taken his shots very well and brought a great fight tonight. Beautiful right hand on the inside.
He
landed by
measured
French
on that,
there.
wasn't he?
Oh, yeah. As he misses a left hook. And Leek showing some beautiful head movement on the outside there, making French miss as the ref breaks up both fighters.
And this is where Mitch Leek's conditioning is starting to show through.
And of course, having still an inexperienced fighter, Mitch Leek, but He's gone 4-round distance twice before. He's felt this, what's required to push through the final 25% of this fight, which is, we are nearing the end of round 3, which has been certainly the most entertaining round by far between Mitch Leek and Chris French here tonight. Beautiful body shot landed by Leek.
That was an excellent round of boxing from both boys. Big hard show from the lad from the blue corner, Chris French. The fact that he's still there trading with, you can almost see the naturally bigger lad of Mitch Leek. Just goes to show we got a tough young boy there. But Leek also proven to us that he's got what it takes to not only box on the outside, but have that firefight on the inside. Probably got the better of it, in my opinion, on that exchange too. So I think we're in for a hell of a 4th round.
100%, Stevie, and what's great to see is both fighters gelling well. Styles make fights, as we know. We've seen a little bit of a chess match on the outside, but when both guys mix up on the inside, both are more than happy to trade with each other, which is a great spectacle for the fans in attendance tonight. I would imagine the corner of Mitch Leek would be saying, just box smart, keep doing what you're doing on the outside. Even though Mitch did look good on the inside, there's probably no need to take those big shots from French on the inside, because that is probably his best bet of getting back into this fight. But who knows what this 4th round is going to look like, guys. But it is underway now. Mitch Leek and Chris French, 2 young bulls going head to head here at the Melbourne Pavilion. Beautiful right hand over the top land there from Mitch Leek.
He's starting to find that now. Those body shots will be adding up.
But what a durable customer French is. He's taken some of the best shots of Mitch Leek and stood up to it with minimal of fuss, still walking forward, still physically present, and still punching hard, which is good to see.
He's still in this fight, that's for sure. Very sharp uppercut thrown from Leek.
And they're the little 1%ers that make the difference, Dave. You know, those little shots on the inside, they're the ones that wear you down.
Yeah. And you can see that's a drilled skill. He slipped the jab, came up with the uppercut and landed on the button.
So important, Stevie, that when French does get on the inside, that he takes his opportunity to work, because it's obviously hard to get in there. You've got to get past the straight punches of Leek, but it just seems to be just tying up and getting back.
Yeah, it just seems to be getting away from him a little bit now, Chris French. It just all seems to be getting a little bit too hard. But you're right, you know, it was always a battle from the first bell, was to get around that range of Mitch Leek's, but he's done it a couple of times before me. Hasn't really let his hands go when he should have, and it comes down to that hesitation we were talking about earlier. He's actually just, and that's experience, just not quite sure of what he's going to do once he gets in there, whereas Mitch has made his mind up and he's got a definite decision made.
And it wouldn't surprise me, Steve, if he's felt Mitch Leek on the inside and thought, well, if he's happy to go with me on the inside, well, I'm not really liking what I'm seeing there, because Mitch obviously quite heavy-handed. We haven't seen him land huge shots tonight, but definitely got the respect of Chris French after that 3rd round. But that was a super entertaining round to get us started for this 4th and final round.
30 seconds.
Tonight, as John DeMacaulay announces, final 30 seconds. The crowd here is going absolutely mental for this bout between Mitch Leek and Chris French as we draw to a close. A very entertaining bout so far as French lands a right uppercut on the inside.
And calls from French's corner, asking him to leave it all in the ring.
I think he has, Dave. I think that's the problem. I don't think the kid's got much more left.
That's right, what a beautiful fight that was. There's no shame in a debutant like that, let me tell you.
Well, that was action-packed, guys. Started off a little bit slow, but that 3rd and 4th round really hotted up. And that's what 4-round boxing's all about, guys, isn't it? 2 young guys early in their career, finding their feet in the pro ranks.
Yes, that's where I love that 4-round boxing, is because it's exciting. You know you have to go straight from the first bell all the way to the last. You don't get the luxury of finding your range. You don't get the luxury of trying to sort out who your opponent is. You just have to jump off that bridge and hope that you can bloody well swim. What a well-rounded and well-polished fighter Mitch Leek is. He's not only shown that he's got the technique, he's got the skill, he's got the speed, he's got the power, and we just saw tonight, he's got the chin as well.
He certainly does, Dave. And I think Mitch, as he gets further along in his career, I see him being a better 6- and 8-round fighter than what he is a 4-round fighter. He likes to take his time, find his range. And I think with more experience, we're going to see a better Mitch Leek as he gets more experience. And, you know, fighting a tough guy like Chris French tonight will certainly help him moving forward as a professional fighter.
And you can see that. You can see that actually in this contest. Like, Mitch started moving through the gears, whereas Chris French was sort of just whittling away, getting a bit tired. As I said, he found it a bit harder as the seconds ticked on. Mitch just moved into another gear in the 4th round. For me, he won the 4th round easy.
Yeah.
Before we get the judges' scorecards, ladies and gentlemen, please give both these warriors an applause they both deserve. 4 rounds of toe-to-toe boxing. There are no losers in this. Both these boys put a great show here tonight in the Melbourne Pavilion. We're up to 4 rounds. We go to the judges' scorecards. Your 3 judges scored the contest: 40-37, 39-37, and 40-36. Declaring it a fire. Unanimous points decision. Red corner, Mitchell Leek.
Certainly the crowd favourite here, Mitch Leek. We've got some drunken hooligans on the ring over here.
Oh, he's brought the whole of the southeast up here, guys. Hailing from Narnagoon. He's got a massive following. A great kid, great future in the sport, and still so young.
You better match him well, buddy. You better match him well.
Yeah, definitely, Stevie. He's got a big future. Over to John Demicoli.
That was one of the better fights I've seen in a long time, mate.
Yeah, it was a tough one. Just coming forward, coming forward. Support the crowd. Thanks for the crowd for coming. Get in for each fight. Right, we're ready. We're at the same time now, Ryan. Going, Olivia, family, you're amazing. Keep getting out going and give a change there. Absolute fight. This one is good. We've been hard, so hope you enjoyed it.
Mate, I was going to say that. The town of Narnagoon must be empty tonight. Mate, very impressive. Your team are very proud to your right. Mate, all I can say is great fight and enjoy the win.
Definitely enjoy the win now. We're already back to work and see how we're taking the boys for the 4 boys. So thanks for coming on again. Put on another show.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mitch Leek. Chris, we haven't spoken to many of the runner-ups here this evening. Chris, mate, that was mega impressive. First time your pro boxing debut. Mate, sometimes when you're runner-up, you're still the winner. And I'm sure the people in the blue corner are considering you a winner this evening. It was an absolute war, toe-to-toe. There's big things in this kid in front of you, and today you showed that you belong in the boxing ring. It was a very tough business, that's for sure. I just want to say thanks to the team. I wouldn't be ready for that end. My friends and family, partners supporting me. So now we're going to share to right now. We don't take this as well, that's for sure. Definitely not. But it comes here some time in the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Chris French.
Great battle there, gents, and commiserations to Chris French, who unfortunately didn't get the decision tonight, but a great showing in his